city is mourning the loss of former city council member and former WBTV family member Lynn Wheeler. She died from pancreatic cancer. Wheeler served the city of Charlotte for 14 years, later becoming the first female mayor pro tem. During her first 4 years, she represented District 6 and 10 years as an at-large representative. Wheeler left her mark during those 14 years, playing a key role in several large projects around the city, including the decision to put millions of dollars towards the Uptown Arena. She was also a civil rights advocate, taking part in events in southern states. We spoke to the former county commissioner who worked side by side with Wheeler.
She was a fighter, and I think that, with all the adversity she had, and challenges she had with some of the things that she was trying to accomplish and did accomplish as a city councilwoman, such as moving the arena to Uptown, those were lessons that I could learn about. Just because something is difficult in politics, or really even in your personal life, don't shrink from that fight. Do what you can to see those projects through.
And we'll have more on Wheeler and her legacy coming up at 11.